10 minutes. As we left them, Isaac is cruising through his patriarchal journey. Rebekah has 2 sons. There was another drought in Israel at this time. And Isaac and his clan started to head south to Egypt again, but God told Isaac he'd take care of him in Canaan. They did get as far south as King Abimelech's land. Isaac used the same story Abraham had used, saying his wife was his sister, I guess with Abimelech's son. And Rebekah ended up in Abimelech's household. One day Isaac was visiting her, and they were out in the courtyard, and Isaac was hugging and kissing Rebekah in a way he would never kiss his sister. So when Abimelech saw it, and he yelled out to him, "Sister, my foot, why did you tell me she was your sister? If one of us had had relations with her, we would be guilty." These Abimelech people, they're not bad. Isaac gave him the old song and dance about being afraid of getting killed because of his beautiful wife, and Abimelech forgave him and granted him safe residence in his country. So Isaac stayed and established a prosperous farm. In fact, it was so prosperous it made Abimelech nervous. He told Isaac to leave because he was getting too rich. Isaac left and started redigging wells his father had dug. The Philistines had filled them all up. Every well was a good one. Every time he hit water, all the local people would claim the well was theirs. Isaac had to dig 4 wells before he got one for he and his family. God appeared to Isaac. He assured him that all the promises he made to his father Abraham would be kept with Isaac and his family. Later, Abimelech came down with his commanders, and they asked for a treaty with Isaac. He could see how God was blessing Isaac, and Isaac didn't have a problem with this, so they made a treaty and had a big feast together. The Abimelechs and the Abrahams, I like it. Isaac's servants dug another good well and developed a town around it called Beersheba. In the meantime, Esau married a couple of local girls, which caused much grief for Isaac and Rebekah. You know, I'm sorry for every bad thing I've said about Isaac not being a good patriarch guy. He's doing fine here. Take it back. Because God talked to him too. And, you know, hey, the goat did get appear. I mean, I'm just thinking about the trauma of being laid on the wood, the trauma of doing it. It's still just, and I've known about it for a long time. Anyway, God appeared to Isaac, the blood. By this time, Isaac was getting old. His eyesight was failing. He called Esau in and said, "Esau, I'm not long for this world. I want you to get me some nice wild meat and cook it just the way I like it. And after I've eaten it, I'll give you my blessing." So Esau headed out. Rebekah heard what Isaac said to Esau and called Jacob into her tent. She said, "Jacob, your father has sent Esau out to get him some good food so he can give Esau his blessing. I want you to have that blessing. So here's the plan. I'm going to make some stew just the way your father likes it. You put on some of Esau's clothes, take the food into your father, and get the blessing." Jacob reasoned, "Hold on, Mom, what if he realizes what I'm doing and I end up getting a curse instead of a blessing?" "Don't worry, son, I've got it all figured out. Just go get the clothes so we can accomplish it before your brother returns." When Jacob got back with the clothes, a fantastic stew was ready. Rebekah had some goat skins, which she put on Jacob's hands and neck. Goat skins. "This way, when your father wants to touch you, he'll surely think you're Esau." Esau was a hairy, redhead guy. Jacob took the stew into his dad's tent. "Here's the stew you asked for," Jacob said. Isaac answered, "Wow, that was fast." Jacob had to think quickly. Yeah, God really blessed me out there." "Well, that's fine, son. Why don't you come over here so I can feel you? You sound like Jacob." See, Isaac is right there. Jacob went over and Isaac reached out to touch his hand. "Well, you sure feel like Esau," because of the goat skin. "Come here and give me a hug." Jacob did as he was told, and Isaac grabbed the back of his neck and smelled Esau's clothes. And he said, "Ah, the smell of my son Esau." is like the smell of a field that God has blessed. May God bless you in all that you do. May nations and people serve you, and that would include your brother. Anyone who curses you is cursed, and anyone who blesses you is blessed. So Jacob got the blessing. Just after Jacob left the tent with the blessing, Esau came in with a stew and said, "Dad, get up. I've got this tasty stew I've made for you, so you can bless me." Isaac started to shake. "Why, that little schemer Jacob, he's already been here, and I've given him my blessing to him." Esau cried out, "Darn that little wimp. Don't you have any blessing for me, Dad?" Isaac moaned back, "Oh, Esau, I've already made him your master. Everything he does will be blessed. What's left for you? Just give it your best shot, Dad." Isaac blessed Esau like this: "Esau, you won't always have the best place to live. You're going to have to fight for everything you do get. But eventually you'll get free from serving your brother." I think it's recording. After all this took place, Esau had a grudge against Jacob, and he planned to kill him the day his father died. Rebekah heard about his plans and went to see Isaac. "Isaac, Esau is going to kill Jacob as soon as you die. I couldn't handle losing both of you in one day." I'd say Rebekah and Isaac had the best marriage of the Bible, even though they did conspire against, anyway. But like I said, where do they come up with these marriage seminars and these good marriages? I want Jacob to go back to live with our relatives. He'll be away from Esau, and maybe he'll marry a family girl, and like those two local girls Esau hooked up with. So Isaac called Jacob in, blessed him, and sent him away. Esau heard about the whole thing. He knew his parents were upset about the local wives, so he married a daughter of Isaac's half-brother Ishmael. Jacob headed out of Israel. It's just still slow. His first night on the road, he used a nice rock for a pillow. He had quite a dream. He saw a ladder going up to heaven, stairway to heaven. Angels are going up and down the ladder. I told you this would make you more rounded. Where does stairway to heaven come? God stood at the top of the ladder and said to Jacob, "I'm the God of your father and grandfather. All the promises I made to them I will also keep with you. You are the father of a great nation who will bless all the families on earth." Yes! Who will bless all the families on earth. That would be us. Everybody. Yes. It gets said over and over again, doesn't it? I mean, how could that happen if people are in eternal torture in hell? You see how that can't happen? Over and over again it says it. All in a very important succession of salvation, all the families of earth. This is great news. "I will be with you every day and take care to see that you are blessed." Jacob woke up the next morning in awe. He explained, "Wow, this is some place. It's like a stairway to heaven." He took the rock he slept on and used it to start a pillar of rocks to commemorate the place. Then he made a vow and said, "If God will be with me on this journey and I get home safe, then the Lord will be my God. The stone pillar will be a monument to him, and I'll give God 10% of everything I make." There's where the whole tithing thing came in. So, we'll pick it up there tomorrow. And may God bless you. Or, in the next tape. I'm going to try to get ahead of these things.